Good morning, everybody. So, Rivian was up almost 50% yesterday in after hours trade, a $5 billion investment. So they're sort of abandoning the Tesla model, which is vertical integration, and they're going their own way. So apparently, people like that. So I thought this was a great day for us to take a look at the top 10 electrical vehicle companies, makers, manufacturers right now, and see what we think of the stocks. Is this Rivian thing going to carry over? What's Tesla look like? I before Tesla, what was it? 2 weeks ago. I told you guys sell Tesla at the open at 188, buy it back at 177, and then watch it run to over 200. I still think that holds true, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at it anyway. We're going to look at Rivian. We're going to look at NIO. We're going to look at the top 10 car makers, all right? Electric vehicle manufacturers, producers, whatever the heck you want to call them. So we're going to break down those charts. Let's go ahead and get into it. No reason to delay. I'll break down as usual. Kind of the way I do this is the first couple of charts I'm going to break down a little bit slower. So for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, you can have a better idea of what we're doing, because this is all about teaching you. This is all about education. So you know how to do this for yourself. However, don't just jump in here, guys. I mean, look, if you haven't properly set up your investment plan comprised of risk management, cash management, and investment management, you haven't done that one-on-one with somebody that is a master at this, that is a professional at this, you need to do that. You need to do it, because without it, you don't really know what your parameters are. You don't know how much risk you can take, how much cash you like to have on hand or need to have on hand. Some people get in early. Some people get out late. Some people get out early and get in late. When it comes to investing slash trading, which are very interchangeable words, you're just really, people use those words as though they're different when they're just different time frames. Remember, when you're investing or trading, it is all very personal. You will make your mistakes. You're not going to make the mistakes of others, just like you're not going to capitalize the way someone else does. So if you're not doing that, reach out to me. I'll have my contact information up at the end of this. Let's get moving. Tesla. All right. So we saw the run up on a monthly chart. Nothing has changed there. I don't want to go over Tesla, because if you want to find that, you can find that on my live just from a couple of weeks ago, where I actually gave you those price targets. So let's see where we're at now. Anything look good on the weekly? Yeah, I would say this looks good on the weekly, right? This looks like a lot of here. Why does it look like buying, folks? Because price has done what? Sorry, I'm outside. I got these mosquitoes that love to come get me. Price has fallen, and then all of a sudden, what do you see? Large amounts of trading activity. Large amounts of trading activity after a price drop is going to be buying. It's going to be institutional buying, because this stands out. This level of volume here, right here, like look at these two bars right here. I mean, I don't know how much higher above everything else it is. It's heads and tails. Look at that. All right. And it's sitting there at what, your 165 level, 167 level. So that's where the purchasing happened. Now it comes down to retest those levels, as it always does. We discuss this over and over and over. Now, where does volume end up? Volume ends up much lower. Would you say that this is average volume or above average volume? I would still say that's above average volume. I would say your average volume probably sits down here. Okay. I would say that is your average volume for a weekly chart on Tesla. So you're still above average volume, which means they found supply. They found more stock to purchase. Institutions found more stock to purchase. All right. So let's move on to the daily chart. So right now you have to be thinking of the upside. You're at 187. We know a lot of the purchasing is going on between 140 and 165. Let's move into the daily. Daily, we had a gap down. Interesting. Gap filled. But it looks like, what do we have there? We have another gap sitting down here that hasn't filled. Now, do gaps on this company like to fill? I'm going to go ahead and argue yes, because they do. They fill. So you do have something pretty interesting down here now. Now, does this need to fill because of where it's at, because of where this low is? Not necessarily. I mean, you're talking about 135, 137. Um, so does it necessarily need to fill? No, but it's definitely something to take note of if you see some downward pressure, because as you can see, this was downward pressure, immense downward pressure. Who do you think made that trading activity happen right there on this daily bar? Who do you think did that? I think it's pretty simple to tell who did that. That was institutions. They sold from 200 and it pushed price down pretty low. It got you back down to your 165 level, right? So nearly 20% drop. But then some buyers stepped in here. All right, let's move on because we've done Tesla's chart. This is for right now. We're going over this again so that you know what we're looking at and why we're looking at it. We're going to take a look at Rivian, although it's going to have such a pop today. You're really going to have to hold off on price targets. But any giant gap like you're going to see today, there's going to be a lot of people entering shorts on Rivian. And then there's going to be a lot of retail investors that are going and buying it because they think that it popped out to a new price. You pop to a new price based on news, even though it's a $5 billion investment, which is a lot of cash flow. And as you know, I definitely believe in monitoring cash flow with companies. Cash in and out. Now, cash in and out of a company and cash in and out of a stock position are two different things. So for me personally, look at all that buying back there. Look at all that buying. That was exactly why I told you to buy at 177. All right. This is exactly why, because that's where the purchasing's happening now. 175 to 180 is just monstrous amounts of purchasing. It drops, so there's less supply. So this thing's going to run. Like I said, Tesla goes to over 200. We can go ahead and throw that up here. Why not? We're going to change the colors back. Tesla 200 plus. Let's change this now. Then we're going to go on to Rivian. We're going to take a look at Rivian and see what's going on there. Beautiful. All right. So today is what? 6/26. Price target. There we go. What do you guys want to look at next? I guarantee it's Rivian. Let's take a look at Rivian next. We already know what pre-market's going to look like. It's going to look wild. It's going to be up 50%. I mean, or at least that's where it was yesterday. After hours, it was up 50. We'll take a look. So let's go to Rivian because I know everyone will see it. RIVN. RIVN. And I'm going to we're going to cruise a bit through some of these. Specifically Rivian because it's up. Okay, so they're showing the market up 38%. Let's go to weekly. It's a new company. We can actually skip trace straight to daily. Rivian will have a okay. There's it's funny. I would have said a $15 price target immediately. It's at 1650. I'll tell you right now, guys. If this is me, if this is me, oh, that's a lot of selling. That's a lot of selling. So you have a ton of selling in the $20 area. You have a ton of selling. Oh yeah, it's the $20 to $22. I'm selling this at the open. Let's go check out how quickly It can take a little bit though. 15. That's a 10% run up. 5-minute. Yeah, they ran this from what? I'm shorting at the open. No, zero question about it. The show in the 1 hour. No, it's still not far enough. You go on the daily. Yep. I have no problem rating that. 626, 2024. Oops, let's go back to this. Okay. All right. VN. Short. Scale to $2. What I'm saying there is I'm going to short at the open. Okay. And then target $12. That's a little bit of a shorter time frame. I mean, usually I would go out a year, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with that anyway. There we go. That's what I say about Rivian. All right. Take that picture there. Actually, yeah. What else do we got? So let's go through. We got a bunch of other EV makers. Let's see what they're doing right now. Let's erase this, remove. Let's go to a monthly. Here we go. Let's take a look. So we have NIO, NIO. Maybe it's NIO, whatever. Amazing how that craze that went on with Tesla sucked everything in with it, huh? Think about that, everybody, when you're looking at AI right now. Just think about what one company can do to an industry. Do we see anything cool here? Well, I would say there's some cool volume back here, and here. Let's zoom in. Doesn't look like pre-market's giving it a lot of upside to go with the Rivian upside. Is there anything to pay attention to? Yes. I would give this a target. Let's see if it sticks. Any volume there? No, particularly. Plenty of volume here, though. This isn't like a volumes at the high, low, 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 low. Okay. Anything on the 5-minute that will give us a nice target? I would say let's see, your 440 is 470 worth mentioning, 475. mean, you're at 35 cents. You're almost 10%. I mean, I would give that over the next month. Say 470. NIO. 470. Let's change those colors back to blue. Fun doing that, huh? Well, you don't want it to be deceiving. You're showing red. Everybody's thinking down when you're calling it to the upside. So let's take a look at that. And then this is 626, 2024. Let's say target 470. Oh, we already know that. Target date. Oh, we're on a 15-minute. It's summertime. Give it a month. Not even. We're gonna have give it just next week. You know why? Because it's there. You know what? No, I'm gonna push it out one more. It's summer. It's trading is so light. I'm gonna give another week to get there. There we go. There's NIO. Or NIO. I don't know how you pronounce it. Feels like the sun is about to come up here, which I love in the morning. I don't think it'll affect you guys too much right now because you're not really looking at me. Let's see. Let's do XPEV. XPEV. We're going to move quick and just see if there's anything here worth noting. As you can see, when one big giant company moves in industry, the entire industry moves. So there's a ton of buying down here at 750. That's worth noting on the weekly. All right. Let's zoom into the daily. Anything worth noting? Massive amount of selling up here above $10. So this is like 1050. Massive amount of selling. That's on a daily. Let's go to a 4-hour. Lot of volume down here. Then volume dries up. Why? Well, it looks like there's a lack of supply. That's why. Supply meaning I believe this company is being accumulated by somebody. Count fills. Volume doesn't look so pretty now, though, does it? That does. Yeah. I like that. Let's go down to a 5. Is there anything here that tells us we're going to get a boost? No, there's not. If anything, there's something here that tells us this is going to have a slight fall. So we're going to move on. What's next? We're going to look at LI. Oof. Well, this is just about as choppy as it gets, isn't it? You don't play ranges like this. In fact, I would almost say this is a trader's paradise. That's the truth. Let's see what happens here. Look, sometimes a trader's paradise is what you're looking for, right? I hope some of you are following in the footsteps of maximizing tax benefits by realizing that you should be doing long-term and short-term. You need a combo of both. You're not optimizing your financial situation by being 100% short-term, that's for sure. Wow, look at that. That is a monster that goes up to about 24.84. Is there anything that tells me that something's going to shove it there anytime soon? No, there's not. I like this, but this will carry you to here, 1913 or so. This one isn't worth writing home about. There's just nothing immediate. See, the gap filled on monster buy volume. And now you have one down here. I mean, if anything, I'd say this has downside. In fact, you know what? No, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. To remember when you're doing this, especially if you're new at this. The number one rule in trading, guys, is do not go against your underlying index, okay? Meaning, if you have a major market trend to the upside, which is very, very fair to say that we do right now, and I'm talking about tailwinds to this particular industry as well, with Rivian just receiving $5 billion and being up 37% pre-market. I mean, look at this little Lucid is up 6% pre-market. It's a non-existent stock. I mean, Lucid's been around forever. They have changed what they do so many times I can't even keep track any longer. Do they even do anything? I'm not sure. I know this is supposed to be Lucid Auto Group, the electric vehicle maker, but I remember when they were doing chips or something. They go away and come back so often. I'm not sure if it's a real company. I have no idea. This was 20 years ago I'm talking about, folks. That's how long I've been looking at this stuff. That's how long I've been doing this. Okay, let's take a look at Fisker. They were just in the news for something. I can't remember. Oh, mama, what the heck? Oh, yeah, it's because they disappeared for a long time, effectively. Let's go to weekly. Oh, they don't trade? Yeah, we're out of here. So that's obviously useless. NKLA. Let's see if we got anything here. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see what that's about. Massive amounts of volume. We got to zoom in with this. As you can see, charts get blown out. When you have a position like this back here, when you have something that goes from nothing, effectively 300 to 2,800, 2,900, you have to really zoom in because that has to get off the screen before you can properly evaluate anything. So you would say that a lot of this is buying, but that's up at 20. Now you're down at 10. Let's see if anything's stepping in. Yeah, it looks like somebody's stepping in there, but this is definitely all selling in the background. I tell you, that's a lot of selling in the background. Let's zoom in even more. We're on a 1 hour. Oh, I like that $14 mark, 14.36. Oh, all right. Well, this has gone from what? High of call 13. Yeah, fool boy, it's taking a bath though, huh? Sometimes that's exactly what's meant to happen though. You have to watch. Okay, I like that mark up there. Let's keep zooming in and see if we think we're going to get to 14 anytime soon here. So you would think this is all to the downside, but after a stock has been hit this hard for this long, they say do not catch falling knives. I'm not here to disagree with that. I think that makes a lot of sense. But this is really a 1050 where this really started taking place. This is really a 10 where this started taking place. Hasn't fallen that much since then. You know what? This is a 5-minute chart. We'll give this thing 1250 in the next month. 100% we will. Let's do it. NKLA 1250. Huh. It's all right. That's why I like doing this stuff. I will find things that I never look at. I don't really care much for stock sorters. They will just give you information that's already taken place. You have to find things before they happen, folks. Going through sorters. What's exceeded volume this? What's done this? What's done this? You're looking at stuff that's already happened. Target date. Let's give it 7/26, 2024. I'm only saying it's going to take that long because it's summer. If this was an active time of year, if this were the fall, for example, this wouldn't take you a week. This is not, yeah, 5 trading days, you'd be there. You'd probably be higher than this in 5 trading days. That's the truth. That's a 35% run, folks. That is no joke. All right, let's do that. I like walking you through this. I'm certain that there's not a lot of people that spend the time to go through this completely every day with me, but I like walking you through this because this is not, look, you can go get some analyst opinion that's going to just, well, that'll just be complete garbage, but there's a lot of people that will give you actual opinions anytime you want them. Oh, here's where it's going. There's where it's going. They're just, look, this is support. This is resistance. If you're looking for that stuff, my goodness. I feel bad for you. Oh God. Can you? GOEV. You don't look like you're too healthy, buddy. Let's check this out. Oh goodness. Sometimes I see this stuff and it's funny to me. It's funny because of how regulated certain things in this world are, and then other things. I mean, you look at a stock like this and I'm sorry, this is just the most obvious thing in the world. The design just built around getting the people that brought this company public rich. It's funny almost. Like that anyone, don't ever be involved in anything like this. Never touch garbage like this. This is disgusting. I think I broke down the NASDAQ yesterday. Did I not? Let's see. Has anything with small caps changed? Let's take a quick look since we're here. Let me see where we're at. I try to keep us at 30 minutes as much as I can. Yeah, we're at 27 already. I'm going to break down small and mid caps here real quick. Anything to note there? No. It hasn't made new highs, which means it's not popular. This is where real growth happens, folks. This tells you we're not actually in the growth market at all. Small and mid caps aren't moving. Money's expensive, hard to get, and they're not getting much. Okay, so nothing new in small and mid caps. Let's just ignore that. I want you to look at biotech real quickly. Biotech has received more startup money in 2024 than any other industry. Always worth noting. Let's take a look at it. Weekly, anything? Nope. Daily. I mean, there's massive volume in biotech, everybody. Biotech has been something that I was really on board with the low 60s. I've since bailed out for obvious reasons, and it doesn't look like there's a reason to get re-involved yet. Although a ton of money just went into biotech, but I don't like the structure up here. Probably stay away from this a little longer unless you're into shorting, but I'm not going to get into that for now because even the short targets aren't very good. It's just chopping along. I mean, they're definitely short targets here, but I don't see any reason to get involved. Okay, let's go back. Let's stop the share. All right, everybody, as you see that sun coming up there, I just want to leave you with this. Remember, if you're not good up here, you're not good anywhere. If you're having a hard day, we all have them. But I promise you, you will solve the problem. You will. Do you know how I know? Because you solve the problem every day up until now. How do I know that? Because you're still here. And remember something. Like a lot of times it's just about getting out, feeling that sun on your face, right? The sun's coming up over the mountains behind me. It's beautiful. It feels amazing. I definitely have my problems too. Everyone does. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. Throw on a smile, right? Until that thing feels real. If you don't have someone to talk to, you have me. You can reach out to me. Here is my information. This is my Twitter handle. That's my LinkedIn handle. And there's my email, right? You can reach out. You can find my phone number on my website. Happy to talk with anyone that's having a bad day. Remember, every day above ground is a good day. All right, everybody. Have a great one. I'll see you.